Seyi Law, me and you go quarrel for this Instagram. Seyi Law, we go quarrel for this Instagram. I'm using this medium to call out comedian Seyi Law, who has accused Peter Obi of using 200 million naira to maintain a 1 point something million naira car. Seyi Law, I want you to come out publicly and apologize to Peter Obi, because the Peter Obi me I know, forget anything what they do. Peter Obi wey me I know, no if you use 200 million, maintain 1 million naira car.
Do you want to compare Peter Obi's legacy to Donald Duke's legacy? Do you want to compare it to Tinubu's legacy in Lagos? Do you want to compare it to Fashola's legacy in Lagos? Do you want to compare it to Akpabio's legacy? Peter Obi cannot lace the shoe of Akpabio, what Akpabio did in Akwa Ibom State. They did not call Akpabio the transformer for nothing.
Akwa Ibom. And obedient. It's not fair that we don't have somebody.
Akpabio was the one that gave the people of Akwa Ibom a sense of dignity.
Akpabio was a better performer than Peter Obi now.
Wow.
See, there are metrics you can use to judge someone's performance. And that's why I said that prudency is not sufficient to call you a leader. Number one, we have to gauge by urbanization project. You can never compare the urbanization project of Akpabio with that of Peter Obi.
My guy, I go tell you, say that's the way you talk about Obi. I don't like him. You too, how you go talk say Obi use 200 million maintain one motor? No. No. I know did that one with you. No. Anyway, how are you doing? How is family?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. On a more serious note, I'm going to act as an umpire. I'm right there in the middle. I just want to ask some very stringent questions that I believe you have answers to. If not, you will not have posted on your Instagram page. So, Seyi Law, I'm referring to a post made on Mark Zuckerberg's Instagram app from your page directly. Sorry, 1 second. I want to read what you posted out, and I want you to explain. This post was put up exactly 3 hours ago, and it says, "We will bust many lies in 2027. This is governor office budget." Oh, so you posted and said 200 million to maintain Peugeot 406, 250 million for entertainment, 4.1 billion security votes. Details emerge of Peter Obi's wasteful spending as Anambra's governor in 2012. Please, I don't believe that this is possible. And I don't appreciate lies spread about Peter Obi. I asked a very important question. I said, what was his role with the Abacha government? And he so humbly and kindly came out and explained himself. Please, Seyi Law, what is this about?
Even that if it's before I even talk about the budget of 2012 by Peter Obi, if you look at my post clearly, you will see that I posted the budget. I posted the budget, and the total budget for
this is the budget.
Yeah, the total budget for. You will see on the budget, the overhead costs, Office of the Executive Governor. In 2012, in 2011, the budget for the Office of the Governor was 5 point something billion. And by 2012, it went to 6 point something billion. And Daddy Freeze, I just sent you a link. Where you can see the total budget for Anambra State for 2012. I've sent you the link.
Okay,
now,
that one signed by 2012 fiscal year, this one.
Exactly. Now you can see it. You have shown the people the budget. At least this was not a budget that was made by Seyi Law. It was not a budget that was made by another governor. This was a budget that was made by Peter Obi. So if anybody is saying Seyi Law is this one, Seyi Law is that one, I did not make the budget. he made the budget. And in the line of that budget, you will see where they said the maintenance of motor vehicle and capital asset for 200 million. I didn't write it. I didn't write it. It is there. It is
I
there.
can't see it. I'm looking for it.
In the line budget, you will see it.
Okay.
Even before that one, if you look at travel and transport, general travel and transport, Peter Obi budgeted in 2011. He budgeted 200 million for traveling. And in 2012, that budget increased by over 100%. Increased by over 100% to 430 million for travel and transport. That is for a man who claims that he enters economy. This is not me, because people are shouting, this Seyi Law, we will blow your eye, we will do this one. You know, if you blow my eye, if you see me outside, I say, you prostrate, greet me. They never burn your power well. They never burn your power well. And the moment you talk, they start saying, what legacy are you leaving for your children? How do you expect us to believe a man that lies unnecessarily? You want us to believe a man that lies unnecessarily? Daddy Freeze, I'm going to send you a link now. I want you to play the video. You said Peter Obi. You said Peter Obi said he didn't work with Abasha. I will send you a link now. I want you to please play the video where Peter Obi, somebody just said that it is a budget. It was not that it is a budget. He didn't spend it. Can you please be quiet? If you didn't spend the budget in the last one and you are budgeting for it again in the next year, please don't display your foolishness, please. Please.
Okay, guys, let's have a calm house. We are here
Yes.
for the good of Nigeria. I personally do not believe Peter Obi is wasteful, and I don't believe this, but Seyi wants to tender some stuff, so let's allow him. I also want people from Peter Obi's camp to debunk what Seyi Law is saying. So if you are a Labour Party member, I like someone like John. John is very intelligent, and John is a Labour Party member. John, I would love you to come. Can somebody please tag John? In fact, let me even call him. So let us have a balanced conversation. I'm not going to sway any side. I'm just going to be an umpire. And if you know anyone who has a good understanding of politics, Femi Aderogba, I would have brought Bongoli, but Bongoli is APC. Femi Aderogba, if you are willing to have a conversation about this, raise your hand. I don't know much about government or politics, so I don't believe I'm in the right position to go head on with Seyi Law here. Seyi Law is bringing papers. It will be in the interest of Femi Aderogba. Can you join? Is this something?
Daddy Freeze. Yeah. Femi Aderogba will tell you something. I don't speak if I don't have my facts. You understand me? I don't speak if I don't have my facts. I want you to play the video that I sent to you, please. Where Peter Obi expressly said that his first job with any government was as a governor. And then play his tape. In that same video, you will see where he said in 2022, that he went for a meeting with Abasha about the congestion of the Tinkan port, and Abasha made him the chairman of that Tinkan port, the congestion project. And so we should talk based on what. You can't be a man and be lying here and there. You can't be changing mouth anyhow. And your followers don't want anybody to talk about you, but they want to talk about other political aspirants. That is stupidity. Let facts speak for facts. I'm also going to show you series of posts about those who are claiming to be supporters of Peter Obi today. Posts they made about him before he decided to come out for presidency, and they all started changing him out. And some of them will come out and say, may your life be like the way Tinubu governed Lagos. And I also say the same prayer to them. I say amen to their prayer. And when I say my own prayer to them, they refuse to say amen. I say, may your life be like the way Peter Obi governed Anambra State. If you can say amen, just type it in the comments. Let me behave like all those TikTok pastors. May
All right.
my
Oh, yeah,
life be like the way
we're
Tinubu
waiting for
governed
you.
Lagos State.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want to
may
bring
your own life be like
Bongoli.
the way Peter Obi governed Anambra State.
I don't want to bring Bongoli because if I bring Bongoli, it will now look like APC. So can we have somebody from opposition? Can somebody please call John? John, I'm trying to call him now. John, yes. So John is a very strong Peter Obi advocate. So I want this to be a balanced conversation. Somebody said, why are we talking about Peter Obi?
Okay, so
Because Peter Obi,
somebody said, Shay, you don't use curse words. Some of us are watching without being
yes,
biased.
please do
And
not
I
use
apologize to those people.
please, yes.
I apologize to them.
I've called
I'll try as
John.
much as possible
He
not to
hasn't picked
allow
up.
the other comments make me use swear words.
Okay, so ignore the comments. Let's have a wholesome conversation. Let us have a discussion, an empirical discussion. If you know you have what it takes, you can see that we are not insulting anybody. Even me, I'll not insult anybody. Let us talk. I want to create a wholesome family for conversation. So please
Sorry,
remember.
Daddy. Chris, can I quickly respond to somebody? The person said your governor demolished a memorial done on behalf of the Owo victim of the massacre. You know, I represent the governor of Ondo State as one of his SSAs. And a lot of people are twisting the facts. In Yoruba culture, anything that signifies his death is not supposed to be in front of the palace of the king. And when the former Governor Akeredolu, may his soul rest in peace, built the memorial opposite the palace, our people wrote to him that it is not right. And he bluntly refused to bring it down. And it was going to become a crisis after he passed. And they wrote a lot of petition to the now governor. And in order so that the state does not degenerate or, fall into anarchy and chaos in our. They had to bring down the memorial, which has been promised to be rebuilt by the church. And the church, the land that the church is, was given to them by the Olowo of Owo. So if they are asking that they move the memorial site to the church premises, I don't think they've done anything bad. That is where the massacre actually happened. And in governance, you have to know how to balance governance with the people that you are governing. So nobody just brought down the memorial for bringing down sick. The governor has nothing, absolutely nothing to gain in bringing down the memorial. But for the safety of the people, it had to be done.
Thank you very much, Seyi Law.
Yeah.
Among the people I brought here is a gentleman who was insulting you in the comment section, but that was before. I like him because he's somebody that obviously is not in agreement with you, so he's going to share his life. But brother, I brought you. I want you to please be respectful going forward. Ben Chooks, can you handle that?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
All right, please be respectful. We are here to have conversations. We don't have to agree. We can disagree, but let's do it respectfully. Femi Aderogba is a political analyst. He is a PDP member, but I'm sure he has joined coalition now. The reason why I've brought him is because of his deep and sound understanding of politics. When it comes to the political battlefield, he is somebody I respect. When it comes to knowledge, when it comes to facts and figures, he has his PhD in view. So he's somebody I respect, and he's nowhere near APC. So we have obviously an APC candidate, Seyi Law, not candidate, APC supporter, Seyi Law. We have a Labour Party or a P2B supporter, my brother Chooks, and then we also have a coalition supporter, Femi Aderogba. So Chooks, I noticed you were not happy about certain things. Can you please air your grievances?
Chooks don't go.
Chooks,
Femi Aderogba.
please come back. Chooks, please come back.
Where did they do their network?
Femi Aderogba network done the warrior since yesterday. I don't know. And now he tell me to make I come buy Elon Musk network.
It be like saying that that Elon Musk all of us go buy now.
Okay, so I don't bring another person now. Brother, you are Labour Party.
The government where they don't rule us before. No good make they rule us again. Make another person will be say yes, he never rule us before. Make it come rule us. Because why? We never test them.
Boss, they live.
Among them.
All of them don't rule. All of them don't rule. I can give you. I just tell me.
Bros, you did live for your. We they hear everything where you did talk. Maybe if you just talk to us.
But we do that for 8 years, 10 years.
We call it leadership. You know what is called leadership?
I know what is called leadership.
So you now, just like as you did here now, as my let me also put it.
Let me remove the guy.
You know they talk to us. They talk to somebody there.
He sent the request and forgot about it. He don't have to us. Now so one woman send request. As I don't pick up, she can't begin to do her normal thing, come out clothes, enter bathroom, the bath. Now I just accept the request 30 minutes later. Baba. So they not lock my Instagram that day, the grace of God. All of us see waiting past our eye. All right.
Okay.
So
let me use this 2 minutes to quickly talk.
While we're waiting for Labour Party people, we're waiting for your questions. In the meantime, I brought in 2 of them, but sadly, network issues. But now we have Femi Aderogba. Femi, go ahead.
Okay. I hope this Tinubu network. I hope this will allow me to talk tonight again. It's very hard, arguing against Tinubu. They will do everything to bring you down. But let me first use 2 minutes to talk something before I go to the main subject matter. Number 1, Daddy Freeze, why Daddy Freeze was introducing me. Daddy Freeze used coalition to also introduce me. I believe this is a disservice to my conscience because 2 parties I can never join. 1, APC, the face cap party, I can never join them. 2, anything called coalition. I believe it is a coalition of emotional people. I can never join them. So now, if Atiku remain in PDP, we have a deal. If Atiku leaves PDP, I wish him well because I understand that he needs to really get something. Now, that's number 1. Number 2, while Daddy Freeze was introducing me, Daddy Freeze could have also said that I perform party politics more than Mr. Facecap guy because APC is not really a party. It is only a coalition of greedy people who want to rule by fire, by force. But that's aside. I don't joke finish. Now, I really want to first argue against what Mr. Seyi Law did, then I can go in support of what he also said. The first thing is that I need everyone here to understand that if Seyi Law is quoting something, honestly, you have to be very careful when you're arguing with him, because I realize that people are just emotional. I've listened to him multiple times, and I can always salute his precision when it comes to analytical analysis, especially quantitative. But I think that over reliance on numbers always bring generalization, and that's why that his younger brother or his senior brother or his paddy, I don't know, but I know they belong to the same WhatsApp group called Bongoli, is also suffering from the same numerical problem. And what is that? Generalization. Now, when Seyi Law was making his argument, that sounds nice, possibly because Peter Obi made mention of Peugeot. I feel, yeah, that's a good argument. But when I also look at that preview of what Seyi Law plays on his page, they only said 200 million naira for vehicle maintenance. And if we look at it, Peugeot was not categorically stated. Peter Obi made Peugeot while he was in government, but we are not so sure that all the government officials under him were also using Peugeot. So therefore, I believe that that can be considered as hasty generalization. If you singularly, because you're an APC person, you just don't like coalition, you just are doing your best, the marketing, someone, or in the name that you are marketing a bad product, I wouldn't want to accept that. So my own question in that area is that Peugeot, Isaac, come up now, come and teach me how I can pronounce it. At least if me I get brain, they argue with you, come up, come and argue. Now,
Baba, ignore. We are here to state facts. Go ahead, brother.
Now, one question I really want to ask you, because I know is very detailed. Is really how can I put it? He has attention to detail, and it's very important for him to actually educate me over there. Peugeot was not mentioned in that budget. So how come you now are making a generalization that 200 million naira is strictly meant for that? That's number one, because I want to really put the question, I'm using Tinubu network. Number two, now, after we talked about the Peugeot of a thing, we also need to ask ourselves, the 200 million naira, what is the percentage of that money compared to the total budget of Anambra State? That may be less than 1%. And if it's not up to 50% of the budget, that really may be a sign of prudency. You will answer that, because I'm using Tinubu network. Let me now argue against. I think it's high time Mr. Peter Obi try to be realistic whenever he's holding national interview. We cannot always play a game of emotion. Why I think the likes of Seyi Law was trying to play the card he was actually playing was because Peter Obi wants us to see that he is the only righteous man in Nigeria, and any other individual in government, they are corrupt. We need to really talk about capacity, ideology, and performance. Not really.
Let's talk about performance. Let me come back here. When Peter Obi was governor, that same performance, I want you, Seyi Law, and I want you, Femi Aderogba, to rate your top 5 governors. I know the two of you understand politics more than me, so let's talk about performance. That same time Peter Obi was governor of Anambra, I want you to look at Lagos, Rivers, Kano, Oyo. I want you to pick your top 5 governors in that time frame, the same time frame with Peter Obi. I think Femi Adirogba should start first. Your top
No,
five.
that is freeze
governors.
before Femi Aderogba will start. I think
Yes.
I should quickly say some things. I missed my line of thought.
Sorry about that.
First, when he talked about the vehicle and the vehicle maintenance, you need to understand that it was not for the total budget of the state. It was for the budget of the governor's office of the governor. Don't forget that I work with the governor now, and I know what the budget of office of governor means. Now, if you look at that line, you will see maintenance of motor vehicle, not motor vehicles,
Okay.
and capital. And I said it, and I said capital asset. Now, when people talk about capital asset and maintenance, don't forget that the total capital asset of Anambra State, as listed in the budget, was generating a revenue of 60 million. You cannot generate a revenue of 60 million and be spending 200 million on those assets. So people need to understand that before some of us talk, we'll have gone through what we wanted to look in that budget. And again, the total budget for Peter Obi's office in that budget was 6 point something billion, while the total budget of Anambra for that year was 40 something billion. That means the office of the governor alone accounts for about 1/7, 1/8 of the total budget. About 1/8 of the total budget. Then what did you budget for your agriculture? What did you budget for your science and technology? What is your budget for tourism? What is your budget for education and all those stuff? And don't forget that for only the government office, out of, let me tell you, the place where governors, where they express corruption most in budget is security vote. Is security vote. Femi, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Out of that 6 point something billion, 4.1 billion is for security vote. Can Obi defend that he didn't eat inside that money?
I agree with you there. Yeah.
So if we are lining up these things, we need to get it right. And again, you know, when we talk that if Freeze mentioned, okay, I just wanted to clarify that angle of what the line budget was, and that I understood it before I made my statement. It wasn't me running to say that he spent it on Pojo 406. You understand me? If you also notice in that budget, I told you that he budgeted for travel and transport 435 million, which was 230 million higher than the previous year. For somebody who claims to have been taking economy class as a governor, let's be factual with ourselves. How many places did you fly to in that year that you spent 435 million naira? You understand me?
Yeah.
And again, I said earlier, when you are not prepped for interviews, you should look for people who you have mentored that can go ahead to speak on your behalf. The last interview that Mr. Peter Obi granted with Sheung of Channels TV, it was a woeful performance. I could also send you one of the video where Sheung asked him, how are you going to tackle light? You said you went to Egypt. You said we will do it. How? Egypt did it. If Egypt did it, how did they do it? Egypt incurred one of their highest debts to fix light and build new cities in the last 4 years. Nigeria cannot even afford it. And yet you want to do that while also paying subsidy on other things. It was during your tenure as an aide to President Goodluck Jonathan that Nigeria was borrowing to pay salary. Because sometimes when we talk about this thing, that it freeze, during the time of Jonathan, don't forget that Obasanjo left about 40 billion in our foreign reserve. Despite the fact that I supported Jonathan, but we need to learn to tell ourselves the truth. Jonathan depleted that foreign reserve to 22 billion. He depleted it to 22 billion. 80 billion wasted without achieving critical infrastructure for the nation. And aside from depleting it, we had excess crude accounts where he got to a point where governors were borrowing money. They had to take him to court to say he must release the money in the excess crude account. They depleted 20 billion to 2 billion, 2.3 billion. Femi, you can attest to what I'm talking about. And Jonathan borrowed over 30-something billion. And yet we were borrowing to pay salary. People like Aregbesola were paying 1/3 salary, half salary every month to staff when our minimum wage was at 18,000 naira. So when people talk and we are not being realistic of what has to be done to get out of the quagmire that we were in before now, it makes me wonder, it makes me laugh. I can boldly, don't let me, I don't even want to start coming to talk about the Tinubu regime because people will say, okay, he's trying to defend Tinubu and all those stuff. This is what APC will say, this is what that one will say. Daddy Freeze, you mentioned that during the time of Peter Obi, can we mention 5 governors that were at par with Peter Obi?
5
Daddy Freeze.
governors that did well.
Daddy Freeze.
Yes.
When Tinubu, don't forget that Peter Obi came in at about a year when Tinubu was about to leave the governors of Lagos State.
2006.
2006. And when people compare Tinubu to Peter Obi, I laugh. Tinubu grew the IGR of Lagos State to over 200%. All right. Peter Obi in 8 years grew Anambra's IGR by just 18%. In the line of budget that we are talking about, 2012 budget that we are talking about, that the freeze, the internally generated revenue from Anambra in that budget was 12 billion. The remaining 30-something billion from that budget was going to be on reliance on FAC from government, from a federal government. 75% of your total budget is coming from FAC. That shows that you are a typical failure as a governor. These are not Daddy Freeze. It's like saying that you are a married man, all right? And the money to run your home, 75% of it is coming from your father. Let's be factual with ourselves. These are facts. Do you want to compare Peter Obi's legacy to Donald Duke's legacy? Do you want to compare it to Tinubu's legacy in Lagos? Do you want to compare it to Fashola's legacy in Lagos? Do you want to compare it to Akpabio's legacy? Do you want to compare it to Kwankwaso's legacy in Kano?
Are you saying that Akpabio did better than Peter Obi?
Peter Obi cannot lace the shoe of Akpabio, what Akpabio did in Akwa Ibom State. They did not call Akpabio Mr. The transformer for nothing.
He transform Akwa Ibom.
And obedient. It's not fair that we don't have somebody.
Akpabio was the one that gave the people of Akwa Ibom a sense of dignity.
Let me argue against these our APC people. In all honesty,
but do you agree? Do you agree what Seyi Law said that Akpabio was a better governor than Peter Obi?
Of course, Akpabio was a better performer than Peter Obi now.
Wow.
See, there are metrics. There are metrics you can use to judge someone's performance. And that's why I said that prudency is not sufficient to call you a leader. Number one, we have to gauge by urbanization project. You can never compare the urbanization project of Akpabio with that of Peter Obi. Go and even check Akwa Ibom, why he was there, why Akpabio was there. Check Anambra, why Peter Obi was there. Then look at it thereafter. Number two, another thing is tenacity. If you want to okay, let's talk about the class of governors. when Peter Obi was there. I think Akpabio is one of the major one, and Saraki is also one of the major one, even though Saraki started earlier than Peter Obi. Today, Saraki has become, he was a 2 times or 3 times senator, 1-term Senate president. Akpabio today was maybe a 3 times senator and a 1-term Senate president. That speaks a lot about leadership. Peter Obi that we are talking about today, he has always been, the only business Peter Obi know in his life is to jump from one party to other. Do you know that right now, when we are even talking about the class 2007 governors, which Saraki was among them, let's even talk about road development. In all honesty, Peter Obi developed more road than Saraki, because Saraki did like 400 kilometers and Peter Obi did like 800 kilometers plus. But the problem about
the standard, can you compare the standard of those roads? Please.
But
it's not about the kilometer, it's about standard.
Yeah, but the problem is that Peter Obi was only focused on nothing but the access road. Why?
Okay, I've brought a supporter of Peter Obi here, bro.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good day. How are you? I've been
very well, thank you. Now let's remember that we are keeping this.
Okay, hold on. Just wait.
I'm glad.
I'm not going to stay live because I'm at work. Okay. I've been requesting for like 30 minutes now that you get
sorry.
me on.
I can't bring in new people. I actually have to type in your name manually.
No, but I requested that you bring me in about 30 minutes ago.
I couldn't. I can't see the request. So I had to pin your comment and then use that to write your name out one by one before I could bring you in now.
Please, I will try. I will send another request. I'll come back on now, please. I'll come back on. Just give me become my work.
Can you just say something? You can't. You are the only person that is defending Peter Obi here, and then you now want to go.
So briefly, I'm not going to even talk to up to 1 minute because my work. Okay. So what Seyi is saying right here, most of the things he's saying they are not based on fact at all. Now, how do you assess
so don't say it. Can you bring out a counterpart?
Allow me speak. Allow me speak. What I'm saying now is, how do you compare a governor just on your roadside statistics, on what people said about what they did? You know how propaganda work. The indices with which you judge a government with the education aspect, Anambra State was awarded #1 in this country from number 20 something.
WAEC doesn't give grading of #1.
Okay.
Doesn't grade states.
Seyi, let him speak, please. Look, let him speak.
I'm not arguing. HP has the highest delivery of their products in any African state to Anambra State. All the schools in Anambra State, they all had vehicles bought for them. I cannot tell you of any school in the whole of the country that the government bought vehicles for each of their secondary schools. The schools themselves, from people that live in Anambra State, they were able to access the governor straight head on. Please, I don't want to look. I'm at work now. Maybe I will call back and call me because I don't want to lose my job.
Before you leave, Daddy Freeze, please. You know, every time they talk, they are quick to say Bill Gates awarded Peter Obi.
Let me ask him a question.
No, Daddy Freeze, please, before you leave, they are quick to say Bill Gates awarded Peter Obi HP. He bought the highest number of HP. Tinubu was the first person to introduce information technology to governance in Nigeria. Tinubu. And he brought
What year?
Yes.
What year?
Yeah, Tinubu was the first governor to introduce
don't just
information technology to Nigeria.
What year? What year? Where did you bring it?
In 1999. In 1999, Tinubu was the person to bring information technology to Nigeria.
Where did he install the product he brought? Where did he install it? When?
In the civil servant. Tinubu brought Oracle to Nigeria. Femi,
Lagos
can you attest to what I'm saying?
Let him go.
Lagos State Civil Service.
Go and come
Lagos
back. He said
State Civil Service.
He said he's going and coming back. Let him go and come back. That would be better.
Lagos State Civil Service. I go to all the local government area. I do jobs in local civil service. Is poor in Lagos.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Now, before you
Sir,
came,
you are the one who is
both
throwing. You are the
gentlemen,
one who
hold
is throwing
on.
false data around
Before you came,
without
No, no,
anything
no,
to
no, no.
back up your facts.
Daddy
Shay,
freeze.
Shay, please, let's keep it cool. Conversation is what we're
Please,
here for.
let me
Oh
let
my
me
goodness, he has
let me
gone.
Okay,
Um, yeah.
Daddy Freeze, before we continue, please. This is it. Look at my phone. I'm going to send this link to you. Nigeria, Lagos wins 2 prizes at World Leadership Award.
Seyi Law.
Le-
Seyi Law, that me, I'm using
Hmm?
Tinubu network. You are using Nigeria
Hmm.
network. Please let me that I'm using Nigeria network. Let me
Oh
talk
yeah,
just
Femi,
in case.
please hold on, Femi. Daddy Freeze. This is it. As at 2006, he won the Technology Award in London for using solar to provide electricity and for cooking. These are some of it. And even in education, you understand me?
Now,
Because once these people want to talk, they come in with emotions without it being fact-based. Daddy Freeze, I am sending you the link to what I just said. I'm going to send you the link. You understand me? I speak based on facts. If you can dispute my facts, come and tell me that what I said is a lie with facts. Don't just come and throw emotions around. Emotion will not work in terms of discussion. Emotion doesn't work. And again, they are quick to say Peter Obi is he said he works with local governments in Lagos. He did this one, he did that one. Excuse me. Everybody knew that it was Lagos State that came up with the term ghost workers after Tinubu introduced Oracle into the Lagos State civil service.
now,
And today, even Peter Obi that they are talking about copied Tinubu's policy. That the freeze. I am saying this. Let any of them argue it with facts. Tinubu was the first person that returned schools to missionary in Nigeria in year 2000. Tinubu was the first governor to return schools back to the missionary owners in Nigeria. Obi came after and copied that template. Tinubu started state-owned traffic management agencies. Anambra came under Fashola to understudy Lagos State for LASMA and fire service. Under Fashola,
Antina,
Anambra State came to understudy Lagos State.
if it's going to be since Seyi Law left Ondo State to Lagos because he knew that Ondo State can never be transformed for the next 50 years. And of course, as somebody that left a village to a city, he must be very happy seeing development in a city and very happy not seeing development in Ondo State. That is no
No,
um
that your line of thought is wrong.
I'm only
I was born. I was born in Lagos State. I was raised in Lagos State. I schooled in Ondo State, and I'm back to Ondo State to contribute my quota to the growth and development of Ondo State, which is what I'm doing right now. And I keep
uh,
fighting with my governor. I keep pushing for tourism to have a headway in Ondo State. So when I talk about Ondo State, I talk about it with passion, and I am contributing my own little to Ondo State. I
okay.
am not one who came from Ondo State to Lagos and is now running away from Ondo State. I'm a proud Ilaje boy from Ondo State who is deeply
Okay.
concerned about growth, the growth of Ondo State.
Okay.
Even Ondo State that we are talking about in terms of healthcare, Mimiko won more awards in terms of healthcare delivery in Nigeria than even Peter Obi with the IABA
Okay.
in Ondo State.
Let me talk.
Mother and child care. Go and Google what I'm telling you.
Wait.
I'm not speaking on
Very
what is
It
not.
is very obvious that
Please,
Seyi Law,
who wants to defend Peter Obi? We don't have any obedient in the house.
one thing I always salute Seyi Law courage for is that he knows in his mind that Tinubu is a bad market, but he will always do everything to really market Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
No, I don't
Now,
have a bad market
hey,
to sell.
let me talk now. I'm only
Oh yeah.
now. I really want to rewrite or re-say or resaid or whatsoever or rephrase what I said. Yeah, apologies for saying that. I want to rephrase it in a better way. It is true that, right? I think that was what he said. But when he decided to go back to those, just the way that the first left Ibadan to Lagos, and in the next 10 years, he's going back to Ibadan to also retransform their local government. No problem. Apologies for that. Now, one thing I want us to understand when it comes to political conversation is that there are truths and there are facts. The fact that you have some information does not mean you're saying the truth. Let's be honest with ourselves. Now, based on what our guy said earlier, yeah, he actually spoke the fact, but not the truth. When we about this WAEC of a thing, I don't think leadership in WAEC score is not limited to a state. Oyo State has once been top rated. Anthony was using his whole life to celebrate in Ekiti for up to 8 years. So, thing of WAEC it is a cheap political point. The strong indicator to talk the government, number one, economic reform. I was expecting him to tell me what reform that would be, why it got Anambra State. Peter Obi, the only thing Peter Obi can claim, and I will say, and I will mimic him. When I was a governor of Anambra State, I built the beer brewery. The only thing Peter Obi has been able to curate as a legacy in actually brewery. Now, let's talk about something. One of the UNDP goal or United Nations goal is food security. The question we should have asked is that among the class of governors that Peter Obi served with, was he able to actually provide us agricultural? One was governor of what's it called? Because I can boldly say Bukola Saraki did a lot in terms of agricultural information in Kwara State then, and he was able to create. Let's ask Obi to give us what he has been able to do in terms of agricultural transformation. That's number one. Number two, infrastructure. I was talking about what Peter Obi could own in terms of 800-kilometer road is just the access road. How many? The question we should be asking is how many dualization was Peter Obi able to make among the class of governor? Number two, how many flyovers was he able to produce while he was governor? Number three, how many transport technologies did Peter Obi invented or introduced to Anambra State while he was a governor? I can tell you that Peter Obi is just a conventional governor that does not think outside the box. He could have learned from PDP very well, but the time he's supposed to be using to learn PDP ideology, he was going from one party to another, all in the name of fame. Now he has seen stop. We thought Labour Party was his bus stop in the last election. We never know that ADC will be another option. Peter Obi is just a kind of political individual that lacks ideology and direction politically. I am saying the class of governors that were serving where Obi was serving, they have become senators, they have become speaker, and they have also become Senate president. In fact, when we are talking of seniority in PDP, Peter Obi is nowhere to be found on the rank. The only mistake Reno made, and Reno is a bad luck to PDP as well, was bringing somebody that lacked political ideology to really come and deputize a man that has a business and economic ideology, which is capitalism, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and a man that understands political ideology, which is what? Conservatism. Now, that's number two as far as infrastructure. Number three, power and energy. We all know that in Nigeria, one thing that bedevils us a lot is light. It's only that the things that have access to 247 light in Nigeria. People like us, we still have access to maybe 12 hours, 15 hours, but we still thank God. Saraki is a typical example. I'm about to land. Saraki is a typical example over here. Saraki was able to also pioneer what we can call state-led electricity while he was the governor of Kwara State. Can anybody tell me the innovative approach that Peter Obi introduced to Anambra when it comes to powering of the state, or introducing even the generating set for the Anambra state. But I don't really want to go because I know my guy wants to talk. I know he's an obedience, but I know that at the end of the day, he will end up also promoting WAEC to us. But I hope he can disappoint me.
Yeah,
Sorry,
please,
before you
our
commence, allow
obedient.
our
Hold
guest.
on. Hold on 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you are
Okay.
not referring to me as obedient.
No, I said you may be. I'm using probabilistic statement.
Okay.
I
The
never.
reason, hold on now. The reason I ask you that question is because I want to first make a judgment if all you've been saying since is you're speaking fact or you're just guessing, because I'm not an obedient. I'm not against obedient. I'm not in support, neither I'm against obedient. But however, I want to say something, and I'm speaking honestly from a very unbiased view, because by the grace of God, I've purged myself from Nigeria politics. Anything I'm doing here today, I'm doing it for the betterment of the people in Nigeria. With that being said, I will just make 3 sentences first. Number 1, of all those people contesting and dragging for Nigerian power here and there presidency as of today, exclusive of people like Showere and other not top popular candidates, Peter Obi still stands the best among them. However, Peter Obi have very bad followers. Peter Obi have people with very bad character. I will tell you the truth, and I speak for facts. You know, when Peter Obi visited, let me start from there so you first of all know why I said so. When Peter Obi was visiting the United States during the last election, ordinary to organize Nigerians to hear Peter Obi speak here and see how we can support him, the way they did tribalism in the matter, I feared for Nigeria. Let me tell you this, I'm not hiding it, no fear of evil. I'm married to Igbo lady, so I can speak. I'm not tribalistic. The way they handled it, I feared for Nigeria. Now, I'm not saying everybody is the same, but I can assure you that all over the world, Igbos are the most tribalistic people you can ever deal with in this life.
Please, let's. You see this tribalistic thing,
Hold on.
Akpabio,
First, I'm
I
coming
beg
somewhere,
now. Go,
please.
no, see, you
Now
see this
God, I dey take
tribalistic thing
beg you.
where you they go so, My
Hold
eye don't
on.
see win. My wife is
Let
also
me say
Igbo.
what I
Please,
want to say,
I
please.
beg
My wife is Igbo.
leave
My
that
wife is from
tribalistic,
Anambra.
leave that
I'm coming
tribalism,
from
Now,
somewhere.
Shay, so your wife too,
I
na Igbo.
beg.
Akpabio,
My
if you
wife na Igbo. Now God, I
I,
take beg you.
no,
I
no.
beg. I
please, if you are
beg.
not, if you are not an Igbo man,
Can you listen?
no,
What I'm saying here is
please,
this.
Akpabio, if you are not an Igbo,
Before Peter Obi, because I really want Peter Obi to become president of that country, I tell you the truth. But he must first purge himself of the people around him, first of all. Because nobody can rule that Nigeria without having some notorious behavior. Okay? Then 2, Sheyi should not compare Nigeria, Lagos State with Anambra State for any reason. Because the truth is, anything sells in Lagos. If the land you see in Lekki today was to be in Anambra, nobody will go and buy water for millions of naira. Because we already know how Lagos is strategic as regards federal facilities that are within Lagos State. So with that being said, I wouldn't really want to judge Peter Obi in comparison with some states like Lagos and maybe some other states like Calabar, where this other man was. Because if we have to be sincere, if we look at the revenue allocation from the federal government on those states, you want to be fair and consider that Peter Obi had very little to play with. That is the truth. Do you understand?
Yeah, I know what
So let me finish. Now you spoke for 3 minutes. So he had,
you said.
Peter Obi had little or no, nothing much to deal with. So I want to give him some slack there. However, Peter Obi should also be given that opportunity to contribute in this country. Now, everybody cannot become the president. I'm wondering why Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at this point, is not able to integrate a lot of economic value sense, because all I hear when I listen to Peter Obi are basically economic factors, which means that Peter Obi will definitely make a good minister of economy or a committee that can help Nigeria economy. Do you understand? So I don't know why. Because as of today, no one can take the fact that Nigeria economy is really not doing well. It's not doing well. That is the honest truth. Not according to me. We have business there, so I know what I'm telling you.
No, it's according to you.
What do you mean? Hold on, Seyi. It's not doing well. It's not doing well. We all can see it. The mass does not add up. How do I judge economic doing well? It's simple. Don't count few businesses. Count the medium class. What is the minimum wage as of today? What can it do for the average Nigeria, even in their remote places? So it does not add up. The economy of Nigeria is currently not adding up. How can you take home a minimum wage that cannot buy a bag of rice? That does not make sense.
That's the lie. You can buy bag of rice now is 50-something thousand. So
okay. So what I'm saying here is that the economy currently is not adding up. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu at this point, yes, we should not go back to you did this in Lagos, you didn't do this in Lagos. Let us face today. So what he needs good economic policy within this next 2 years or so that he has before the next election. Whether Peter Obi is his opponent or not, he should find a way to integrate this man, because the way I see someone like Peter Obi, there can be coalition. This coalition they are doing
Peter
with
Obi no economy ritually edu. Oh God, you know even know this Nigeria where they talk.
Even though he does not know past Wale Adu or whatever you are calling him, let him go in there. Let them give him opportunity. They can collect with him and let the world see. A lot of people that are here today supporting Peter Obi, do you know why they are supporting him? A larger percentage of people are just supporting him because of his economic. If you bring Peter Obi here now, before I make 3 statements, he will say from consumption to production to consumption. So what you need him to do
One of the
at this
biggest
point,
importers in Nigeria want to send you from consumption to production.
don't worry. Give him the opportunity. So they should integrate him and allow him to do what he would do. Then on a final note, I love Peter Obi. I repeat again, and I'm saying it not because of anything. He's a likable man. However, all you supporters of Peter Obi, try to be a little bit patient to listen to people when they are trying to ask questions. But my friend Daddy Freeze, remember I personally messaged you and I said something. Because when this debate of Peter Obi started, I saw that hatchet man, Renew, coming on one platform to make noise. And I already knew that this is a man that will definitely come out and just do his paymaster's bidding, which I don't have problem with, but if you stand the ground,
this is part of the problem, Daddy Freeze.
It's not
Don't
part
let
of the
us make
problem.
hold on, please. It's
So
part of the
if you are
problem.
bidding
No,
your paymaster
hold on, please.
that. But
You
I
people
want
keep
Daddy Freeze to be
keep throwing
neutral
allegations
on this
around.
matter. I don't want Daddy Freeze to be seen. Okay? So, and I thank God he's able to position himself in that direction. Okay? So we want to be objective. We don't want to condemn. We want the debate and the conversation to continue. And with anybody, even Seyi talking here now, Seyi, you are a strong supporter of APC. You came out and you say it, and that is your right. You have a right to it. Okay? So nobody can come against you, but know where you stand. Okay? If I stand tomorrow to say I am going to register and support one particular party or one particular candidate 100%, I should be proud to say it. I won't sit on the fence. Okay? I'm going to say who I support, no matter who odds it got. So let us purge ourselves of any sentiment. Let us not drag people and start looking back. This one did well, this one did here. Politics is like a classroom. Some children, they are very good in primary school. When they go to secondary school, they begin to fail. Some children, they perform poorly in primary school, but when they get to secondary school, they begin to fail. Tinubu is currently seen as a student who performed well as a governor, but currently failing as a president.
Seyi Law.
But he still have the opportunity to redeem himself. That is a built
Femi,
opinion
please, before you
on
talk,
it.
Femi, please.
All right. So let us focus on the issues. Go ahead, I yield back.
No, I'm not hitting back. Daddy Freeze
I say
first.
I yield back.
Okay,
I yield back.
okay.
I'll go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when we are throwing words around, we should be very careful. When you say it's paid master's bidding, you know, Nigerians are very quick to
No,
accuse everybody
it's not
that
careful. That is a fact now.
is not a
Did he
fact.
deny it?
It is
Is he
not a
not working for
fact.
Tinubu? I'm asking you now.
Eh?
Who paid Reno's salary today?
Nobody pays Reno salary.
What
That's what I'm
you
saying.
mean?
Okay,
Is he
can
not?
you provide the receipt of salary payment?
Hold on. Reno that came on national TV and told that it's part of Tinubu media team. You are telling me it's not part of.
Reno told you it's
What are
part
you
of
saying here?
Tinubu's media team. That's a lie now. Okay,
Please,
What do you
don't
mean?
speak on what you don't know.
please,
Reno is not part of Tinubu's
Speaking
media
of what
team.
I know.
please let me.
Okay, that is a lie. Me, I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying that you are lying.
Okay, what is Reno's position in this government?
Reno has no
Nothing.
position in this government.
Okay.
Reno
So
has no position in this
it's not more a
government.
Tinubu, it's not a Tinubu
Okay,
person anymore.
Reno is just an independent Nigerian who supports the president
Now, let me
because he
talk now.
believes the president is doing well. Stop
You know,
saying it.
now, please allow me to talk
I
now.
have said this several times, Femi. Sorry, I've said this several times. Go and bring any politician in Tinubu's administration that will say I pay Seyi Law. You people keep throwing those words around.
Hold on, which people keep throwing
Hold
this
on.
law?
Even
Are you not
sometimes
in this country? Was
no.
Reno not Atiku's media man? How did
If he was Atiku's media
Atiku?
man, does it
Thank
mean
you.
that he is now being paid by Tinubu?
Yes, now.
Oh, yeah,
Stop throwing words
Gone to
around. No.
join Tinubu's team now.
Oga, if they sue you now, can you defend it?
please.
Look at me, they are on a verified page. Reno, Papa plus his generation, they should come and sue me. Plus the Tinubu. I'm telling you that Reno is a
Oga, leave
supporter of
that thing.
Tinubu
You are not
and part of
relevant
the
enough for them to
Tinubu
come and
team. Then you are
sue you
telling
for
me
what
that
now?
Tinubu is not.
They are
Okay.
I'm
not
telling you,
paying him.
Reno is
Please stop
Tinubu's
it.
H-man.
Stop
Do
it.
you know what's an
Stop
H-man?
it.
Why was Reno attacking Peter Obi?
Please help my life. Sabio is using Trump network. Seyi Law is using Nigerian network. I'm the only one using Tinubu here. And anything Tinubu is not reliable. So please now allow me to talk. Now, I listen to Sabio.
I don't like when people just come and
I
you
listen
cannot
to
just be tainting somebody's image because you have
I listen to
social media to
Image.
talk now.
I'm telling you what I'm saying and what we are all saying. So you are telling me
You are talking based on assumption. Please.
not assumption, what we are saying.
It's
Did he not
assumption. Please.
did he not come and did he not come here on this platform and said that Peter Obi cannot become
Okay.
president?
Is
That
Peter Obi paying?
Tinubu,
Is Peter Obi paying today or not?
Please let me
Is
talk.
today
Peter
not.
Obi paying Randy Peters? Is Peter
Is
Obi
today
paying
not
Mama
Peter
P?
Obi spokesperson?
Is Peter Obi paying you? Is he paying you?
I'm not speaking for Peter Obi either.
This now.
What did you do now?
Oh yeah, let me
No,
Okay, stop it.
I
Stop it,
spoke
please.
against Peter Obi
let me
partially.
Please.
talk.
I spoke
Guys,
against
guys,
Tinubu, and I
guys,
spoke
let's be careful
and I
not to
spoke my
drag
truth.
anybody else into it.
Please. Don't throw. No. I won't tolerate you doing that, please.
Oh yeah, let me talk now.
Please. Like I said
Hold on.
something earlier, Daddy Freeze. if we are talking, let's be fact-based.
Mm.
You cannot come and talk down
Reno
right now and say that he's
is
being paid.
under Tinubu's
No,
pay, period.
no, it's
Widely
a
said.
lie.
Please let me
What
pass
is
my
I
a
said
lie?
it's a lie.
Please,
pass my
let
It's a
us
lie.
not say things that we
Please.
cannot prove.
I-
So we do not
Please.
agitate the
Wait,
politics.
Before
hold
Daddy
on, Daddy
Freeze brought me
Freeze.
up,
I am
Daddy Freeze,
telling
I
you,
have been
I
sending
am
you some
telling you
things.
that Reno is under
It's a lie,
Tinubu's
please.
pay.
Please, it's a lie.
Mm.
It's a lie, Oga,
What is
please.
a lie here?
It's a lie. What you are saying is not true.
Sabio,
Please.
It's
Sabio,
true.
it
It's
cannot
not
be
true.
proven.
It's
What cannot be
not
proven?
true.
It cannot
It's
be
not
let me-
true.
proven
Stop
that
saying it.
Tinubu paid Reno.
Ah,
You understand?
stop saying
It
it,
cannot be
Joe.
Let me
proven.
ask you, Daddy
Yes.
Freeze. Did the last election between Tinubu and Atiku, was it not Reno who came and told us that he was the one that took Peter Obi's CV and was the one that interviewed Peter Obi for the position for what they call it, Atiku vice president in the previous election before the last one? Did Reno not come here and tell us? Thank you. So who was who hold on now? Because people just talking and you come to social media, who down the right useless comment there. So you must have to see my pay slip before I prove who I'm working for. Just imagine around nonsense. So you are not trying to tell me. No, I'm referring to a comment there. Now you are, what I'm saying here is that we all know that Reno was under Atiku's payroll, was working under Atiku. Did we ask for the pay slip?
Okay. Please, can we just move on? This is
I'm
not.
asking now.
Please, let's move on now. Seyi Law, please.
Seyi,
Let's move on.
did Reno work for Atiku or not?
Please,
Did you see the pay slip then?
Please,
It's a simple sentence.
let me talk. Please let me talk. Seyi Law, you don't need to respond. Now, let me even attack Sabio now. When Sabio came on board, you know, one thing we always have as Nigerian is that when we never touch power, we are always the most righteous person. But when the moment we get little power, we are not always according to our. When Sabio came on board, Sabio said, I have 2 minutes, or I want to speak on that 2 minutes, and I have 3.2. Sabio talked about Peter Obi stood out among his colleagues. He talked about bad followership. I talked about tribalism. Then he went. This is a proof that Sabio himself that said he wants best for Nigeria is not even, cannot deliver simple campaign promise. That is one thing aside. Number two, I listened to Sabio.
Which campaign? Am I campaigning that I'm delivering a campaign promise? Did you see me print poster and put in your house or put in your gate and said, I'm coming for a position, I'm delivering campaign promise? So what is bringing Sabio with campaign promise? Did I tell you I'm a politician?
Sabio, yeah,
wear your glasses and see where. I never told you I'm coming for any political office.
Sabio,
all right?
Maybe I should also.
Hold
Sabio,
on before you say you want to attack. You say you want to attack Sabio. Attack me. Please,
Sabio, this is not
listen.
Sabio,
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen. When you say you want to attack me, I begin to listen to you. Who do you want to attack? Me.
Sabio.
Don't be ignorant there. Very ignorant of you.
Sabio.
So because you see me come to the free life, you don't feel you can just attack me. When I've respected everybody, I never attacked anybody here one-on-one. Then you look me finishing and me you want to attack. Who is this? Who is this one?
Sabio, honestly, I thought you are a man.
Please.
So that you are.
No, I'm not a man. I'm your boy. But what I'm saying is, if you are addressing me, use right words. For instance, Seyi is
this
here,
particular
that
instance,
is here, you are here. I have not attacked anybody directly. For you to have the temerity and the word to say, I want to attack. Do you hear me here say, I want to attack Seyi, or I want to attack Daddy Priest, or I want to attack this person?
What is so special? I said I want to attack your point. This is political.
You didn't say point. Now you added point. You say I want to attack this Sabio. Attack me for what?
He has added point. Let's calm down a bit, please. Please.
Okay,
please.
attack the point. Don't
Sabio,
correct yourself. Make clear well.
Sabio, let me talk. See, this is political talk. Politics is science. That is what Seyi Law yours is money. But the relationship all you guys do talk about. You guys.
No. Listen.
No.
Do you know that for whatever reason, Seyi even won my heart this evening? Sabio, let me tell you something. Listen to me. For instance, Since we started this conversation, Seyi never attacked me, even though I said things he did not agree with.
You are not a
He even
politician.
made
I
me
am
feel,
a
because I've been having negative reviews about Seyi, but when we enter this life, I begin to understand that this guy might not be as bad as people are painting him. Then you now came out first. You started first by saying, oh, let me just correct this obedient guy without knowing me. You don't even know me. I think you are looking at my page too much and you are looking somewhere else. Please redirect yourself and stop this nonsense.
Sabio, it's okay.
Sabio,
Let's
please,
forge
no
ahead.
vex. No vex. At the end of the day, we will drift away from the conversation and will not achieve anything. Don't be angry, please. Sabio, you know, say you be my guy. You see, one thing with
Of
Sabio
course,
is he
that's why
has a
I'm
very
here.
big heart.
No verse.
Sometimes
Daddy,
the head
please,
they
I be
hot.
your guy and
So
make
you
me
go dey
day
calm
here.
am down.
You understand
Sabio, no vex.
me? If you not be my guy, I not go day here. No be Nigeria matter won't carry for head. We have other things.
No verse, Sabio. Let him. He just wants to attack your points, not you.
Attack my
Let
point.
him
Go
go.
ahead. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We are going
Attack it.
to 1,000 views, 1,000 viewers live. So we have a lot of people watching. Please let us all calm down. I know politics can be very gingering. Please.
So only people are emotional
So
that
Femi,
they freeze.
please attack points, not personality.
So the point
Go ahead.
understood me. I understand this is not relationship talk. Now, number one, when I started, I said that there are facts and there are truths. Looking at what Sabio said, Sabio talked about the facts. He also talked about the truth. What is the fact? What is the truth? He made an argument. Like I said earlier, I want to attack his point, but he chose to go elsewhere. Now, he said that Seyi Law should not compare Lagos with Anambra. That is the truth. Because when we look at the year they created Lagos State, when we compare it to the time they created Anambra State, it's very far to really be making such a comparison. And he never knew I want to support him before he went into Anambra matter, but it's normal. Number two, where he stated the facts is that he said we should compare Anambra with its mate. And that's why I also admonish people coming for debate to practice what we call active listening, not emotional listening. The only reason why some obedient are calling me PDAPC with that Unilag graduate Congolese is simply because of the fact that I try to understand his angle sometimes and I agree with him. I listen very well. If I am wrong, Seyi Law can correct me. Seyi Law mentioned Olusegun Mimiko in his conversation, meaning that he was referring to Ondo State, and he was comparing Ondo State even with Anambra. So that means that while Seyi Law was talking about Lagos State, he was also talking about Ondo State. Then I personally now also mentioned that can we also compare Kwara State with Anambra State? These are the set of states within Peter Obi axis that they are of the same mate. Now, the point there is that Sabio said Peter Obi stand out. Then after listening to Sabio, I never hear him putting the premises or why he said Peter Obi stand out. Honestly, all I just hear was he stood out. Now, another cogent point he made, I told him I want to attack his point, but he got emotional. It's normal for human beings to be emotional. I also want to admonish him for saying that Peter Obi has bad followership, but I understand him. Maybe right now, many Nigerians they call him for money. So that's why Baba the emotional small. Now, I agree with him. Obedient are bad follower for Peter Obi. They are the reason why Peter Obi will never get the support of our commander Seyi Law. And that's why we are telling them that you need to learn PDP politics first before supporting personality. PDP politics is ideological in nature. PDP politics is a politics where we place structure above every other thing. It is just sad that people like Seyi Law, they are the one that they put bad optics for PDP. And that's why everybody thinks PDP is the worst party on the planet Earth. But like I said, bad followership, I agree, is a reason why Obi can never be the president of Nigeria. If he must be the president of Nigeria, he must learn to actually build his follower and make people to talk based on ideology. Even though I was thinking that Daddy Freeze has decamped, but Daddy Freeze has came on board, he said he has not decamped. And at the end of the day, I feel even disappointed me by saying he's supporting Showore, somebody that has contested more than Atiku and never get up to 2,000 or even common 200,000 votes, he never get. Number three, when Sabio talk about tribalism, but I don't want to talk about it because I know that I don't know whether Sabio is a Yoruba man, but since majority of us here are Yoruba man, it would be an attack on Igbo personality to really talk about tribalism.
Sabio
Now,
is from Benin, if I'm correct, or Edo.
Yes, I'm Edo Delta.
Edo Delta.
Two blood mixed together. Yes.
now, not even a Igbo like that as well. So let's be very careful so that they will not see us as trying to throw shade at them and internet will go. Now, so that I can allow other people to talk, because me, when I deliver promise,
you continue. Just to respond to one point.
Okay.
You are correct. Let me tell you why I did not speak. Because one thing with me, I avoid what I don't have facts. Okay. So the reason why I did not go to telling you maybe Peter Obi did pipe bore water 300 in Anambra is because the truth is I don't know. I don't have facts to that. All right. I have not researched him in person. I don't know if you understand me. While he was governor, I wasn't in that state. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he never did. All I know, and I keep hearing, like I said, are the things he said with his mouth and the things other people testify online. So I wasn't coming here to come and bring the argument of, let's say, for instance, Anambra school was second in position in 90, whatever. I don't have the facts, if that makes sense. Do you understand the point? So that was why I said it seems, because everybody speak well of him. And I like him. When people talk good of you, I will like you. I'm human. I don't judge people from a distance. I'm the kind of person somebody can even tell me bad thing about you. When I first come, I will not just attack you. I will give you that small chance until you show yourself. So I came to Peter B with open heart. So I don't have those facts. Go ahead. That was why I didn't go deep into Anambra or whatever. But I just wanted to make a distinction between two states.
So somebody asking me what point I've made so far is because you people don't live. What almost got me and Sabio to really got into little fight, I said I want to attack his point. And I want to agree with him in some area. He never let me land that place. So what I have done for the past 30 minutes is that I only critique what you said. So in case you don't know, I agree with him and I disagree with him. Now, to our common enemy, which is Seyi Law. Seyi Law needs to understand one thing. We can praise the Balablu for raising the IGR of Lagos. We all know what you guys stand for. Progressivism. We all know that that's your core ideology. When it comes to infrastructural development, we cannot argue with you guys. When it comes to numbers, you people know how to use scam to actually give us a number and make everything to look okay. But now, let's look at it. Can you, because you are Mr. Statistics, like that UNILAG graduate. Now, the question I will be asking you, and need simple answer to, is that let's talk about urbanization of Lagos. If we look at the old landmass of Lagos and the one that there is habitation there, can you comfortably tell me that 70 to 80% of the entire Lagos is fully urbanized and fully developed? Honestly, before you responded to me, I know that the answer is no, because the data is there, public data, that Lagos is only a portion of Lagos that is, especially the mainland, is really where Lagos really gets a lot of problem. And that's why that the freeze, when it was coming from their local government, Ibadan, that the freeze chose to go to island instead of mainland. That's not. Number two is that when we are talking about other things, we also need to understand socialism as a political ideology. APC or welfareism. APC is not a party that cater for the welfare of people. That's why people like Sabio will be abroad and many people will be calling him for financial assistance. The reason why we have many Nigerian mountain prayer on people abroad is because home is not interesting. Let's talk about people's salary. How many people's salary can really afford them even to buy common Gucci? common, like after their disposable income? Can their disposable income buy them even something that is of good quality? The answer is no. APC is not really, even let's talk about the minimum wage. The minimum wage right now, how many APCs implemented it? You will answer me.
I will give you a few.
Number
There was no
is that when we are talking main salary, how many people have salary that they not by on the 15th of the month, they will not even have started calling the people they get abroad that they need urgent 2K, they need urgent. Let's talk the fact. The true definition of development is that when there is, when people in the country are not self-actualized, there is no development. Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime is not a government that deserves a second term because they are only engineering to make us to feel good. But we all know the majority of us. Oh, my audio. Is my audio okay?
We
okay.
can hear your audio is fine.
Majority of the people needs to understand that APC knows one thing. One thing they know how to do is they know how to, engineer figure left and right, and they will show us that the economy is good. But like Sabio said, when we go into the interior part of Nigeria, we will know that it's only that that is enjoying in Nigeria. Many Nigerians, some are unemployed. Even so far, the empower that Buhari brought to us, what happened at the end of the day? It was Sakamanje. Tinubu right now has not even given us anything, and he has not produced meaningful, sustainable job. So please, Mr. Seyi Law, why you are trying to focus on? Why you are focusing on Peter Obi, and you are trying to demarket him? I understand I decided it because he's not really a good personality like that, but you need to also focus on the Aso Rock puppet, the Bala Blue, that when he was there, he think that he can do everything, but now he has not delivered something substantial that we can say it has led us to meaningful development. That's my argument.
Thank you. Daddy Freeze. Like I said, I speak with facts, and facts sometimes are the truth. Mr. Femi, you support PDP. Don't forget, under Jonathan's administration, states were paying half salaries. They were paying one-third salaries. Government was borrowing to pay salary. And you want to talk about an administration that increased minimum wage and has no failed to pay salary and also paying a little token for the period while the salary was being debated, 35,000 naira. Now, you that you supported PDP, where they were paying half salaries and they were owing, even Mimiko in Ondo State, the governor of Mimiko, left 7 months' salaries unpaid before the Akeredolu regime came in. And my governor now, Ayedatiwa, cleared those backlogs, and salary has come in Ondo State at latest 25th of every month. Latest 25th of every month. Yet you said APC has not done anything. Now, to help your parents free up their salary, this government introduced student loan so that your students can go to school without parents worrying about how to pay school fees, to free up some of the money that they have. This same government, in trying to tackle corruption, said that instead of us going to the market and paying outrightly for things, they introduced credit card, so that you can buy cars without having to pay to put all the money down. And you said this government has not done anything. Now this same government came in and introduced the tax reform bill and fought for it to be passed within 9 months. Why? Because the PI bill, Petroleum Industrial Bill, took 21 years before it was passed. And after it was passed, this government came and rectified it to become the Petroleum Industrial Act so that it can favor Nigeria. Don't forget, in the space of that 21 years, while we were waiting for the PI bill to be passed, Nigeria has lost a lot in terms of our energy sector, oil and energy sector. Now, this government came, he rectified it. And he tried to solve the light issue. This government came and did the Electricity Act, devolution, removing electricity from the exclusive list and passing part of the buck to the state. Do you know that before this government came, our highest generation in electricity was 4,700 megawatts? 4,700 megawatts. This government came, they've increased our generation to 6,000 megawatts, although our distribution is still low. And which is the reason why this government is introducing and installing the Siemens new transformers, which are being installed in over 18 states. This same government has come in and they've introduced powering some of our universities with solar electricity. Don't act as if you don't know all these things that I'm talking about. For the first time in this country, for 2 years straight, there's been no ASU strike. And then you say this government is not working. This same government, in trying to pass bulk of money down to the people at the local level, fought with states to the Supreme Court to grant local government autonomy. And you said this government is not doing things for the people. What are you saying? When PDP was in power, they didn't do any of these things. They didn't achieve any of these things. All these things that this same government is doing is in the manifesto of Atiku, your principal. So tell me, will your principal come in 2027 and say that he wants to cancel all these things that the government has achieved? They cannot say it. There is no person that is born of a woman who will come and campaign that is going to reverse subsidy removal, or that is going to reverse the floating of the exchange rate. None. Before this government came in, before Tinubu came in, our net foreign reserve was at 3.9 billion. This government, as of January of this year, has taken our net foreign reserve to 23.1 billion. These are facts. These are not just figures we throw around. For the first time in this country, our debt has reduced in dollar facts from $108 billion. Our debt has reduced to $91 billion. 14 billion gone. And you said the government is not doing anything. And again, let me state another fact. Because when we talk, I love to talk based on facts. Now, for this government, for the first time, we saw how this government carried even your NYSC people along. This is one of the government in Nigeria that is listening. There is an outcry on social media, and then there is an action that is taken later. Don't let us pretend as if these things are not happening before our eyes. For the first time, today, I posted it today, that the cost of trucks taking things from Tinkan reduced from 1.2 to about 350,000. Why was this so? Because Buhari started the project of the construction of the road in Tinkan Island, which was completed at the beginning of this administration. And now trucks can move more freely. And secondly, because our dependence on importation has reduced and we export more, this country today has enjoyed trade surplus because we now export more than we are importing. And you said that this government is not doing anything. How well do you want to fight for your people to have money in them if they are dependent on foreign goods?
Okay. Can I respond?
Okay.
No. Seyi, I want Seyi to please address this my sincere question. You know, as someone who have really spoke eloquently and addressing it with real life situation examples. I was privileged to have attended a federal university in Nigeria then, okay, where at the time, as a child of a civil servant, 3 of us in my house at the same time, we are all attending a federal university. Okay? And if I remember, we are paying at about 2,000 or 1,000 something as our tuition fee back then.
What year,
We are getting
please?
97, 97, 96, 97, 98.
Okay.
Now, yes. So we were staying in, we, at least for year one, we have student hostel, allocated to you. We had medical hostel. As a medical student, I had medical hostel. Now, what is my point? My point is this. I would not say that the things you said are not true. Most are actually true. We've seen it. Not because you said it, I'm not here to please anybody. I'll tell you to your face. Because nobody is going to argue that the salary did not increase. But what people are saying is this. Even if you increase a salary, for instance, from 2 naira to 4 naira, and inflation is on the high rise, that change does not really reflect. So my question is this. As of today, can the same civil servant like my father, okay, who did not collect any student loan for any of the three of us, and I bet you, my father, well, let me leave it. As a civil servant, a son of a civil servant, training 3 children in a federal university, can a civil servant of today do the same thing in today's economy?
Your father is one of the people who support Nigeria.
As a civil
servant. If your father could train the 3 of you, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You drink
Hold on.
So for serving Nigeria, my passport Nigeria. What did your papa do?
Hold on now. As at 1997.
What did your father do? Yes.
As at 1997, if your father can send 3 of you to the university without borrowing money or taking cooperative loan, to send the 3 of you to university without collecting money and there is no student loan, your father was augmenting his salary.
It's a lie.
How was he doing it?
Even at that time, a teacher can still send somebody to federal university.
Baba,
Daddy Freeze.
You are what was the minimum wage as at that time?
Listen, 1997. Listen, 1997. Even a teacher, headmaster, children, they come our university. Are you hearing me?
Ask you now. That 1997 that you are talking about.
Listen,
that 1997 you are talking about.
My best friend in my university. Listen, Seyi, when I talk any there. The best friend in my university. Now, Pukon has the papa 9 day operate. He studied medicine, he's a doctor today in Canada. A Pukon house owner. What was he doing? What are you saying here? Do you think it's everybody that is a stupid civil servant? I'm telling you that as far back as 97 years, civil servants, they can train 2 to 3 children in a federal university at the same time. We are just paying 1,000 something school fees. 1,000 something school fees.
You see,
1997.
I speak without emotion. I speak without emotion.
No, it's not about emotion. Of course, I might be emotional because of the way that you made a comment and said civil servant. Not every civil servant is bad. This is where you people have problem. Not everybody is bad.
I am telling you, if Daddy Freeze, this is not generalization.
No.
Femi,
hold on.
Femi,
please.
One
moment.
Daddy Freeze, 1997, Abacha was the president of Abacha was the head of state. Daddy Freeze.
Hold on.
1997.
200,000 naira in 1997 for salary. We trained.
How much?
200,000 naira at 1997 year. We
Your
trained.
father was earning 200,000 naira.
Can you listen to what I'm saying? I'm not telling you my father's salary. I'm telling you as at 1997 year. 1997. 200,000 naira salary. We train 3 students in a federal university. We can run the math.
If there is no, I don't want to. If your dad is even in level 30, even in level 30 in 1997, your father cannot earn 100,000.
Come and join my life. They try.
What do you mean?
We need person who will defend Obi.
What do you mean, Seyi?
Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. Minimum wage.
No,
No,
Sheyi
Daddy
they here and they
Freeze.
make some allegations. So
No,
I need
Daddy
somebody
Freeze.
that
I
will...
need Daddy Freeze to leave the call.
What is a lieutenant colonel
Okay,
salary
let me
in
go back because I
1997?
don't get anybody
You
when
do
you
the search
defend it.
yourself. Do the search yourself. What are you saying? Say, what did your papa they do for 1997? I need to know. Are you telling me none of them are going invest?
No problem, bro. No problem. Make I go back. Sorry.
I'm asking you. Oh,
Sorry.
Daddy Freeze.
Yes.
Hold on, Daddy Freeze. Apparently, what she have come here to tell everybody today is that everybody that went to school 1997 or thereabout that had children in the university, all their papa were criminals. Is that what she is telling us?
No, please.
You also
Let
cannot
me
make that
interject.
generalization.
I
No,
think there is a
Because
misunderstanding
I was
tell
in
us.
school in
both
1997.
parties.
I know my mother had to do like 3 or 4 jobs, and my mother was a lecturer then.
Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. A lieutenant colonel as at 2025 is earning 350. Daddy Freeze, are
We're
you
not talking
seeing?
about 2025.
No, hold on.
1997.
Hold on now.
Go ahead.
Daddy
You
Freeze,
go
look
ahead.
at it.
Okay.
I said in 2025, don't forget, when Obasanjo came, Obasanjo increased minimum wage
Oh, Lord.
to 7,500. After Obasanjo, Jonathan increased it to 18,500. Then after Jonathan, Buhari increased it to 33,000. Daddy Freeze,
No,
are you listening? I need Daddy Freeze to listen.
No.
Please. I need Daddy Freeze to listen. After Buhari, Tinubu has increased it to 70,000. Daddy Freeze, that is to tell you that as at year 1997, the salary of a lieutenant colonel is not more than 100,000.
Even at that, that 100,000 will train 4 children in federal university.
It's not up to.
And I agree with you, Oga. Now you get statistic. Even that 100K will train 2-3 children in university.
Sir, Daddy Freeze. Freeze.
I'm telling you,
Anybody, any
that
civil
salary,
servant,
even at
Daddy
that,
Freeze, any civil servant in 1997 that is sending 3 children to university, sir, Daddy Freeze,
to
I am
federal
saying
university.
it, I am not to Nigeria University, 1997, civil servant that is sending 3 children to university, and is depending on only his salary, he is not doing additional work. He's augmenting augmenting his salary from somewhere.
This man, Seyi,
Freeze.
initially,
1997, Nigeria was still under Abacha. You forget saying under Abacha, now we get sawdust stuff.
Under Abacha. In
Under
fact,
Abacha,
Baba,
if your papa na colonel, if your papa na lieutenant colonel under Abacha, your papa no pure.
Hold on now.
Your
Can
papa
you listen?
no pure. You don't be tell me that thing. Your papa
Wait,
no pure. Nothing you want talk.
So
you
now
can
no
defend
go
your father from now to tomorrow. Your papa
it's
no pure.
difficult for you to believe now.
It is not matter of it difficult for you to believe. Your papa no pure.
Because
Your papa no fit. Your papa feel naked swear. Say you don't get additional money. Augment his salary for 1997.
You cannot doubt him. You must doubt it. Because nobody went to school. Because
Nigeria where would
they go school 1997. Capital Piki they go school.
Even mechanic talk inside this matter now.
Even mechanic Piki they go school. So I want to believe the matter now. It got difficult now.
I think you only
for 1997 when Nigeria the austerity measure in Nigeria for 1997 people they do sawdust stove.
Even capital Piki they go school 1997.
Your papa no collect cooperative.
Please, even if you allow me to go, let me just.
You talk of student loan. So Tinubu now came. You are imitating America in a country where there's no work. You want people to send their children to school, be indebted to the government, and they are not getting job. Is that what you came here to promote?
Wait,
so you are imitating.
Is he coming with any interest?
Hold on there.
You are coming
here to promote the increased salary. Which salary did they increase? In a difficult economy where they removed subsidy for fuel. Where is the money for subsidy?
Should they continue to borrow to pay for subsidy?
Where did he go to? Nobody, not be you first join Tinubu plus Oshomole. When Jonathan won't come out, una say lala. Were you not part of those party? So what
No,
are we not
but
saying here?
I was not part of
So
the. I was as at the time that they
as at
wanted
the
fuel subsidy removal.
time, forget
I
as
was
at the
supporting Jonathan to
time,
let fuel
if
subsidy go.
as
But
at
the
the
truth
time
is,
is
so
what you
Jonathan did
talk.
not have the ball to do it, to see it through.
Okay, let me talk now. Even though earlier it get offended, but I will still repeat it. I want to attack the attitude of these two people here. Why? We are discussing, we are having intellectual conversation, and you guys are overlapping each other. It's very simple. We can just let
Hold
someone make his point.
hold on. It's not about you guys are attacking each other. Seyi made a very blunt, useless statement by attacking my own parents on in a live session. And I don't take that lightly. He said it. And don't play dumb there like you didn't hear him. He started it first. He
Sheyi,
said,
that
hold
Guys,
was
on,
I
not
even if
true.
I made it, and I was surprised that the priest did not
I
address this.
know
Hold
this.
on.
No, because now they
Hold
shout on
on.
top
Let
in
me
ourselves.
finish. I know what
wait,
I'm saying here. Hold on.
you,
Hold on. Hold on. If
please wait.
Seyi come up and say, oh, I beg, what you talk not correct, more address him.
Sabio,
But
you
for him to
heard me
come
say you
out, hold
cannot
on,
make
I don't know this Seyi guy.
generalizations.
Hold
Una
on
not
1
let me
minute.
talk, so I just
Because
quiet
you
till
know
the morning. If you
sometimes
notice, I
all these
never talk
comedians, if
anything.
they talk for live session, they a stage night a day. I know you open that smelly gutter mouth and first made a comment and said, your papa now one of those who kill Nigeria without even knowing my dad. That is a
Sabi,
very stupid statement to say. He
what
had
Sheyi,
nothing, he had no reason to make that statement. He could have
nobody has
even
supported.
asked, what was your father doing? How much was his salary? How come the money was like this? But trying to just address my father like that, and that the priest is there,
My brother,
debunking. And
una
this
not let me put
other
mouth.
guy came out and said, I want to address these two grown-up guys and try to shift it to the both of us. I've already seen how this live session is going. And I'm going to be here
Oh
and
yeah,
see how dirty it will
Sabio,
get, because
I
it will get to everybody
apologize.
very soon.
Sheyi, that statement was not nice, and I tried to pacify because I said let's avoid generalizations. I'm sorry about it, Sabio. I don't believe your father was a thief, or I don't believe your father was any form of criminal. Please, I'm sure she did not mean it in a bad way. It was just in the heat of the
Thank
conversation.
you,
But
Daddy Priest. I
nonetheless,
want him to address this matter himself.
but
I want him to,
nonetheless,
because he cannot come out. Hold on. And if he does not address it, I will drag him. And I mean it on a
Sheyi,
live session. I will drag
Sheyi,
him. I will drag him like I passed my neighbor generator.
See,
He will go
Sheyi,
more than
you
this
need
live
to
session.
apologize to Sabio.
Because
You
he
need
can't
to,
just
because
make a
nothing
statement and
concern in
refer to
Papa
my.
inside. If you attack
Just
Sabio and
imagine.
say Sabio na thief, I no mind because now two of you they here. But you don't know in
now,
Papa, you don't know the work way in
Chill.
Papa do, so it's
I'm
unfair.
speaking my truth. I go follow
now,
my papa go work. All I know
now,
was he was a civil servant. 3 of us were in the federal university. So what are you not telling me?
this is what me I want to say, because one thing I just realized about Sabio is that whenever I want to make my point, you don't let me land my point. I've never sided
Hold on.
anybody, and I
There is
admit
something on the table, not make no point here. You don't have hold
Sabio.
on.
That's
I
why.
need that matter addressed now.
And
He
Sabio,
must
Sabio, let me
people
talk.
coming to this apartment. Hold on.
This morning, see, you are a family man. We are in a public forum. When we are in a public forum, sometimes the priest was here when John told me that I was unemployed, and
Who
sometimes
told you
even
you're
when you want to,
unemployed?
you are that it was that I forgot the discussion we were having that day, but I'm not making a topic out of it. But what I'm saying is that what Seyi Law did, we know that statement is not good. Nobody will be where they insult his father,
And
but
be
he was
happy.
in that area. It was just a
Since Sabio had already complimented Sheyi and said, look, I'm beginning to like you, blah, 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 blah.
exactly.
So Sheyi for no call for him, Papa.
So you,
That one, me too, I
you
not agree.
so I think Seyi Law needs to make a correction in that area.
Sheyi Law, you go need to apologize to Sabio. That attack where you attacking Papa, it wasn't nice. Sabio, are you here?
I'm
However, I need
yes, I'm hearing you guys.
to
Go ahead.
understand that when we are having political discussion,
Sheyi,
sarcastic.
the thing where you don't talk, Sabio don't already side with you. You don't, not me say side, you don't already they hear you. they appreciate you. So that jab where you jab in Papa, they painful, make I no lie. And me, I go advise they make you apologize because
Fabio,
you know.
um, let me tender my apology, an unreserved apology. I apologize, and I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize to you, and I'm sorry about the comments to your father. I sincerely, from my heart,
Let
please,
me
I
No
really
problem, my
apologize.
brother. One love. I have nothing
Apologize.
against you.
No,
Let the
Thank
no,
you.
last
no
person
verse, I
continue.
beg.
Shay, thank
If
you.
there
No
is
verse.
We're
anything I
rounding off in
said
5
that is
minutes.
also against you, I
We're
apologize.
rounding off in
Let's leave
5
that.
minutes.
No, you
Let's
get
leave
the
our
right to
parents
even
out of
verse.
this. Let's leave our parents out of this. But I just speak my truth. How you can't do them, I don't know. But I'm telling you, say we were in this university. Not be on live session. People come, they say, call this one for proof, call that one for proof.
no.
All I'm telling you, my brother, I even gave you figure. If you want more details, I'll tell you the university. That if you already
Now
know the university, not be everything call the talk for life. I
let's go.
went to university in Nigeria. I studied medicine in Nigeria. My brother went to that same university. My brother went to that same university. 3 of us. My mama was ordinary trader. I know they call joint body. Now something my mama the chef said for market. But my father was a civil servant. And I not
Now
follow a good office, but I can lick salt say the man was, when you say you don't see Catholic priest, but more living like that. Just take it
now
from me. So what I'm trying to say, because the question I was even going to, because you gave good figures and I agreed. I did not even say your figures were wrong. I only brought a scenario. I said, okay, all these things you said Tinubu did or have done, let us not even say you are lying. And I said, okay, we agree now that all these things you said are true. But I'm asking as an ordinary citizen, and I ask you a simple question. As an ordinary citizen, during our time, see how we take go school. I was even counted, even as a civil servant too, they count us like even the privileged, say, middle class. I they tell you, I get friends for my class. Abu, well, man, I'm mention name. He this thing. If Papa na Pukon house, it a trainer. I get friend when in Papa na mechanic. Of course, the figure they borrow 2 naira, 3 naira. I'm not arguing that. But what I'm saying is, even with these things that Tinubu is doing, as you have stated, I'm explaining to you that why people are crying is not because Tinubu is not increasing salary. It's not because Tinubu is not paying student loan for some people. I'm not saying that is the problem. I am saying that the people might not really be getting those effects in their daily lives. Does that make sense?
okay.
So I wanted you
It
to
does.
speak
It
in
does.
that direction.
Seyi Law,
In that direction.
Okay.
Seyi
Okay,
Law.
Femi, just before you say anything, I need to explain something here. You know, one of the things with a lot of us Nigerian, we want a socialist market, for things that don't affect us. Femi, I will explain. You will see somebody now. We say, oh, she be that guy in a farmer. If I saw a post on Twitter where somebody said, I know farmers, if they earn 20,000 for the village where they dey, it don't dey okay for them. They no plan to say their children no dey corona, their children no dey green spring. And I asked that same person a question. You say, okay, the farmer, if they've given 20, it don't dey okay. But you say make government make they regulate price of farm produce, this one and that. I say, but me as a comedian, I go come now. I go charge money where I want collect as a comedian. After I charge that money finish, the same me go come want make government make they regulate price for a farmer where himself they hustle in a capitalist market, make they regulate your own price to at my own benefit to the detriment of that farmer. Why do we keep saying that as Nigerians? It is not a good thing. Let everybody operate at the level that they have to operate. Instead, what we should do is to look for a way to increase production and have more goods in the market. Those are the ways that prices of things will crash down. Even me as a person, as Seyi Law that I am today, You understand me? I have farm in Ondo State. I have farm. Very soon, when I go start to harvest my yam, I go the hawker somewhere. You don't understand me? But a Nigerian want to sit at the comfort of his home and wait for government to subsidize everything for him. It doesn't work that way. We have to put our hands to the plow and work if we want to eat. We must work. And don't forget that Nigeria has the highest number of informal markets. Somebody go tell you, say, he no get work for Nigeria. But that freeze. Let me use the example of Lekki Phase 1. You know Lekki Phase 1. That that Wale, where the boat, this thing, where they dock for that boat, this thing there. Those guys where they park motor there. He get one where I see, where they tell me, say, in a day, in they make up to 4,000, 5,000. The day where you no see, you no make money, saying they make 4,000. This thing I'm talking to you is something in year 2022. Say the day when you no see money at all, say 4,000. Meanwhile, that same guy, he's counted as somebody who is unemployed. He's counted as an unemployed person. But some bankers know they make the money where that guy they make.
Okay.
So sometimes when we talk about these things, we don't look at the peculiarities of Nigeria. And these are some of the things that the tax reform bill has come to also rectify. Because some people now, to just go start company, to register company, they don't want to register. Because they feel say the moment they register them, they will begin to tell them they can't pay tax. But now, if you are not making up to 50 million in a year, you have no business paying tax. So we can now have more people register a business name, which is some of the things where they affect Nigerians where they want travel. Because they do business, they know the business is not organized. The business is not organized. So because of that, they don't have a business name, they don't have a bank account that they run. You understand? And so to go apply for visa and all those things, they know they fit do all those things. But now with this tax reform bill, where we know that if you are not earning up to 50, if you are not making up to 50 million as a company, there is no business taxing you. You can go and register your company. You will see that more structures will begin to come into our informal sector. These are some of the things that the tax reform bill set up to regularize. But Nigerians know they see them in that light. For some people, you know, I just see the way some people they say they don't APC. Let us talk based on fact. There was a time I was supporting Jonathan because I believed in some of Jonathan's ideology. But don't let us deceive ourselves and lie that we didn't know that Nigeria was living on a we were sitting on a borrowed time bomb. Now, all of us, they talk about Tinubu regime. Was it done in Tinubu that they sang food, you know, guy water, no day? It was under Obasanjo regime that I got admission to study medicine twice that I couldn't go because my parents
That
couldn't
could be your
afford the
biggest
money.
point. And now you are
My
giving the
parents couldn't
biggest
afford the
point.
money. I dey go church. He get one man where I go meet for church, where I go ask for money. The man asked me, say, Tani Baba I know joy. If to say student loan day, I would have studied medicine. It was not until I started doing comedy before I went to study computer science. It wasn't until I started comedy. But sometimes people do not understand how these things affect other people because it looks as if you are not seeing it. There was a time I have a friend in this UK. Person from Nigeria, they demand money from him for school fees. I said, you sure say this person where they ask you for money, you sure say you know they collect student loan? By the time you go find out, the person they collect money from him, you know even they use the money to pay school fees. If they see they collect student loan. And not just that he's collecting student loan. Don't forget that these people, when they collect student loan, government also went a step further to be giving them 20,000 naira as stipend on a monthly basis. That doesn't even happen in America. And our student loan in Nigeria is 0% interest. So if you collect student loan of 2 million till you finish university, when you go pay back that 2 million naira, you go pay. You want to build a house.
It's interest free.
It's interest free.
Okay.
You want to build a house As you they build the house, somebody they tell you say the moment you don't they build the house, begin decorate the inside. You don't plaster the body of the house first.
So this
You plaster the
is what
body
I'm
of the
saying.
house.
People like
We'll
us
put
that are
roof on top the
neutral
house.
will listen to you, and when you make good points, we will tell you. Even another support Tinubu. For instance, one great point you made now, that if to say I did Tinubu side now there for the evil they eat more, which is the truth. A lot of these things we are suffering today as a result of cumulated failure of past governments. You know, say Nigerians, we behave like the slap where person receive newly. Now the hot pass. Sure, you know. If you slap person last month and that slap hot, and you can't re-slap the person today, if the answer say which one hot pass, you go say now the one you slap banana. What am I trying to say? A lot of the challenges cumulated from past government, the hit on this government, no doubt about it. So that is a great point. But that's not to say, but I'm just saying. So when we ask questions like this, I'm trying to explain to you what the ordinary man is saying and the best way for you to put it so that they understand that the today challenges are not just as a result of fresh issues. That's all.
I even want to make,
For
I
you
even
too,
want to make a point.
yes,
Don't make
hold
You
on.
see
Then
Nigerians,
you two, hold on. You two as Seyi, where you be. Before now, me, I they know you for YouTube, they look your comedy, they laugh. You don't make me laugh for comedy, okay? Hold on. Regardless of politics, you are supposed to also know that a lot of people look out for you. Now, in anything you are giving, try to also give it in a way that you feel the ordinary people pain. It doesn't mean saying that person where they defend now just cause the pain for their body like that. Does that make sense?
it does. And I will
Do you
explain something
understand
to
me?
you. Yeah, I will
Yes.
explain something
So,
to you.
yeah, go ahead.
Before we got to where we are today, do you understand me? Only you
Yes.
yourself, you said it. You said that the obedient movement, they are toxic. You know the way they behave.
I
Now,
agree 100%.
I'm a man in all honesty. And the truth is this, when we are talking about politics, a particular set of people cannot be demanding that only them has a right to speak and others cannot speak.
Is that what you are saying
First,
right? Seyi Law, is that what you
first,
are? Seyi Law, wait.
hold on, Femi.
How?
When we started, when in 2022, when we started all this campaign stuff, I never insulted anybody. I only came out and I stayed, and my posts are still there on my page. I came out and I stated it clearly. My vote is for Tinubu. Tinubu is my candidate. I never told anybody, go and check all my posts. I never said to anybody, vote for Tinubu. Even though seeing me post about Tinubu, some people can be influenced to vote for him.
Yeah,
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But at the same time, I stated my point. These are the things that Tinubu has done in Lagos State.
yeah.
This is the reason why he is my candidate. These were the things that I stated.
How can
And
I
then
help you?
people started coming out to attack,
Huh?
and not just attacking me. They took that attack beyond me as a person to now start threatening my family.
I'm
Man, you
ending now.
cannot
Maybe
cross the
tomorrow.
boundary of personal attack to my family, and then you are now telling me, people who don't understand the genesis of the whole talk are now telling me not to talk, not to do anything. It will not work. I can show you posts here of when they sent, not to me, they took a picture of my daughter, sent it to my wife, threatening that my daughter would die. Hold on, oh. And then you now expect me, in all honesty, to now say that person where una talk say now
Be
una
after him, I'm
candidate.
ending because time don't go. Make you
Do you
just finish.
understand? Then say because that person is your candidate that
Seyi Law, Daddy,
I
please
should
one.
not talk.
Daddy, please one, bro.
I want to
Please.
Hold
go.
on,
And
before
after
that,
this
Let,
is done,
that
I
is
want
freeze.
to
Before
talk.
you go, I need to show this post.
No need, Sheyi. Wait, I want talk. Me, I started off as a Peter Obi follower. I dey question Bible. Sabio knows this thing.
This is serious.
I dey question Bible. I dey question the teachings of Apostle Paul. I dey come up with research. Tell you say Paul. I don't dislike Paul, but I know my limits following Paul because Paul na politician. So if I can criticize Bible, if I can criticize Apostle Paul, why can I not criticize a Nigerian politician that I love and I'm following? Omo, I trended for 3 days. First, what happened? I asked question. Obedience began to attack me. I now made a statement. I said, there are 3 types of people following Peter Obi. We have the obedient, the ones that know where Obi is going, believe in him, and are following him. We have the obediots, the ones that are following him and have no sense. They don't know where he's going. They are just following him blindly. And I can't mention the 3rd one. Baba, these people cost me for. I was trending at #1 on Twitter for 3 days.
Say they cause the Pekins, they can't carry a Pekin picture.
Anything. As I finish the trending like this, I just come out. I withdraw my support for Obi because Obi seems to enjoy the way his followers are.
No, I don't think the man knows.
Bashing people.
I don't think
He knows.
No.
He knows.
Let me tell you,
Because some of us reach out.
Don't caution them. It's too much. On top, say I made a statement. Obi worked with Abacha. Obi himself.
I walk away from Obi.
Hold on.
Campaign for you.
Obi himself. Obi, and that's why I did not apologize for that statement. Because Obi himself said, Abacha said, you, chairman, think and pot. So he said it. There's a video to it. It's not AI. So based on that video, what other investigation do I need to do? I'm not a journalist. I'm just a show host. And if there is a video where Obi, I've never done an investigative journalist piece in my life. I'm not a journalist. I'm an entertainer. So if there's a video where Obi was saying that Abacha said to you, think and Island chairman. I now said he walked hand in hand with the Abacha government. I don't see what I do wrong. Baba, they begin to troll me again. And me, I came out, I said, okay, Peter Obi, please address this matter. When he addressed the people said I should have apologized for what? Did he not with his own mouth say that he worked in a capacity with Abacha as the chairman of Tinkan? Whether he was joking or at least he said it. It is his duty to clarify, not my duty. I'm not his spokesperson. Once again, they came, they dragged me, they cursed me, say me, nothing concern me. The day where I see truth, I will talk. The day where I see the one way no true, I will still talk. Say this one no true. So I saw Seyi Law's post and I was like, no, this particular one, Peter will be no duam. And Seyi challenged me. He said, you know what? I challenge you. I'll come online and I'll defend it. I said, okay. So if there's anything that is ever going to stop me from supporting Peter Obi, now Peter Obi followers, I can't.
You they come here, they talk every day. Sabio, you be my guy, you be my guy. You know, say we two they lie to each other. I say your
Sabio,
guy, they hold on.
Say, are you sure you don't like Peter? I said, I don't get anything with Peter Obi. Now,
yes. I they tell you, say me where they talk to you now. I took off time, went to Peter Obi rally. Yeah, me I go here with the man won't talk. They tell you. At the end of the day, I don't see that man's shoe. I don't see eyeglasses. He don't date there now. Verse I tell waka come out. They turn out to parapo meeting. You know, say when we talk, people know they understand. They turn out to parapo meeting. I shock. In fact, one guy where did there that day, because I want all of them. If he see me for this life, they would talk of Peter Obi the way I talk of him today. If I lie, if I put church, that guy will come at church. You know why? He go say, this guy, now if you can support Peter Obi like this, This guy, his heart of gold. I be lizard knife before I go shake it, I will praise myself.
Okay, please,
If you know, so
advise.
I agree with you. Their supporters, they need to work on them. I'm not talking of
Now,
online, no. Forget online, both offline. Peter Obi, if you are hearing this message, I don't know you from Adam, but if you must come and do again, even if I thought they vote for you,
now,
you must treat that area.
Listen to what an idiot here, where in mama no wash her quick before a papa knock him. His name is Paul Dan Tulok. Daddy Freeze, Obi no need your support, Egbesu. On top, say, I withdraw my support. If I stand up today and say, I withdraw my support from Tinubu, nobody go cost me. Baba, you know, Femi Aderoba, we used to have a show called
Clash of
Clash of the Supporters. We used to have a contest. I used to use it to sell my stars then. I didn't have TikTok then. It was only Facebook. So I used to use it to sell my stars. Then whichever team won, I will praise that team. Baba, any day people will be win, everybody will be okay. The next day, Atiku people go carry money, come buy my star. Now I go announce, say, Atiku people don't win, no, Baba. Throughout that day and the next day, people go cost me. You are the part of the problem in Nigeria. Then the next week, Tinubu people go win. So I'm like, when Obi people win, Tinubu people no go cost me. Atiku people no go cost me. When Atiku win, Tinubu people no go cost me. When Tinubu win, Atiku people no go cost me. But the day any of them when Obi win, idiots, Olori Buruku like Paul Dean Tulok, Olori Buruku will come and insult his father, his mother, his grandparents, and everybody that combines semen and ovum to make their generation as useless as their generation be.